Hi, welcome to my channel, Her EXP. In this video today, I want to share with you is Enlightenment a 24/7 bliss? For us to understand that, first we need to understand what is bliss. Bliss is a feeling which we usually get when we experience enlightenment. It is not only during the enlightenment we feel this bliss in our life in various moments, like when we have the favorite food. For a moment, we will be like we don't exist here. We have that feeling for some time, like for some minutes or some seconds. Like that, we have different experiences in our life where we feel that bliss. And in the same way, when we experience enlightenment, we will experience or we will feel that bliss also. But it is not going to be like that 24/7. After enlightenment, we will need to ground ourselves here again, like a separate self. If not, we can operate here. Even though we experience that non-duality in different aspects of our life and we realize our complete self, after that we need to be here with the dual nature again, and we need to operate like a separate self. And at the same time, we will have the knowledge of that non-duality in different aspects. So as a part of that non-duality in this dual world, we naturally experience all the emotions, because during our spiritual awakening journey, it was a journey of emotional intelligence also. That means we will learn about emotions, why we have them, how to utilize them in a proper way, what is their meaning. Say for example, jealousy. Jealousy is there for a purpose. When we are experiencing jealousy, looking at someone doing something, that means we want to do that too, as part of our nature. If we don't take action towards that, be it any goal or any job or business, if we don't take action towards that, that jealousy will be ongoing. Like it will keep on happening. And whenever we look at them, the jealousy still happens. And after understanding this feeling, this emotion, we can take an action towards that and we can see different results. Like slowly the jealousy is getting reduced and we don't feel like jealous anymore, because we already started doing the action towards that, and when we started to doing that particular work or job or an activity we want to do, or any interest we want to do. When we start doing that and we are into that, naturally this will disappear, this will go away. But if we are not doing that, it will be like staying there. It is not just about jealousy, it is about sadness too. If we experience some kind of sadness during our childhood and we haven't expressed that or we haven't taken action, that will be stored as a trauma inside our body, waiting for its expression. So that's what we will do during our trauma releasing exercises, where we release our suppressed or repressed emotions, and that's how we can arrive at a balanced state. After that, we will understand what is that emotion, why is it happening, what can we do about that, and after that, how it feels like. We all go through this process by doing the trauma releasing exercises, or we can do any activities, and then also we will naturally go through all these types of emotions, and we can naturally experience all those things as a part of that activity. So we have different options for that to happen. So in general, to reduce the life situations, we will do the psychological trauma releasing exercises or neuroscience based, and with the help of the meditations. And After that, we will learn different traumas and our emotions, our suppressed emotions. Like for some people, we in general we are like we will be told like we should not cry. But when we are sad, we are supposed to cry. That's how we can release that sadness, and it is not going to harm anyone. And it can harm us because we can get pain in the eyes or in the body or headaches, and they are a different story. They can happen because of the high carb diet where our emotions are too high. If we cry, we can't take that. So crying feels like a burden for us, even though it's a natural response. Whereas when we are not eating that much of high carb diet and we are maintaining like moderate carb or low carb, uh, we don't have that much of pain in our body or inflammation, so we can cry in a better way if sadness is there. If we are repressing that, suppressing that because of that discomfort, then it will be stored in our body for even more days and months and years. That emotion is waiting there to be expressed here, but we are not doing that. Like that, we have so many emotions, and by gaining the emotional intelligence, that means when we experience them, when we express them, then only we can gain the knowledge on emotions. If we are not doing that, that means we are not exploring ourselves in that emotional spectrum. So like that, bliss is one type of emotion, that feeling in that spectrum, and we can experience that when we go to that advanced state, and it can happen in many ways. People who are in a relationship for some time, they can enter into that blissful state. Love, any favorite food, different foods, their different delicacies, they will keep us, they will take us to that state, and then we will come back. So these are the emotions we will experience as a part of that emotional spectrum. But enlightenment is not about the bliss actually. It is more like peace than bliss. We will experience the bliss, and after that we will slowly start to feel all the emotions that we experienced before. Just like that, we will again experience the things. We have to integrate ourselves. Integration is a journey which we will experience after enlightenment. Integrating means we are integrating our higher self, body, mind, and emotional body all together here doing the activities. But before, we used to be like disconnected from our higher self and doing the things coming from the traumas and conditioning. So it will be like that before. But after enlightenment, it will be like with the higher self. But we still need to be integrated here because the energies should be expressed here through this body also. For that, we need to ground here. During awakening journey also, we need to ground from time to time properly. If not, we will enter into that spiritual bypass. We don't need that. So after enlightenment, it is not like 24/7 bliss, but it is 24/7 peace. Why? Because we don't experience that inner conflict. Like before, our higher self is telling something, whereas our traumas and false conditioning are telling us something to do, this ego self. So ego self is unable to understand what to do, this one or that one. Whenever, as ego self, we are doing things coming from the traumas and conditioning, we feel that in a conflict coming from the higher self. It will be like giving the feedback, oh, that's not how we are going to do. But still, we did that based on the traumas and conditioning. That's okay. It may be a discussion, but alternate path will open for us. It may be longest path, but still our higher self is like helping us, providing us with the knowledge so that this ego self can converge with the higher self by removing the blockages of the traumas and conditioning. So like that, it will happen during our awakening journey. Before awakening journey, it will be like we will be staying here um, by following survival and defense mechanisms, sometimes to deal with the life situations. So after enlightenment, we gain the emotional intelligence. We remove the unnecessary blockages for our expression of that, for that flow state, and we experience the non-dual nature of different aspects of life. So for example, one is emotions. Like that we have different things like addictions, addiction free, everything in between, happiness, sadness, everything in between. Like that we will experience non-dual aspects of life. And we also have knowledge of dual nature. That means we used to live like that before, just like everyone who are living before the enlightenment during the awakening journey. So we will have both. We will have knowledge on both duality and non-duality, and due to this understanding, we can understand the people who are behaving with their traumas or false conditioning, and whenever they behave with their higher self, we can understand that. So as we embraced ourselves during our awakening journey for behaving like that, we know what is going on in them and for them. So we naturally can understand the other people, why people cheat us, or whether they are cheating us or not. We will have knowledge like if someone is looking for the wrong ways, why they are doing that. If someone is using defense mechanisms, survival mechanisms, coping mechanisms, which are a bit harmful for them, we can understand them because we all studied, we experienced, we explored ourselves in all of that. So we have understanding, knowledge about why things are happening like that. So all these combined together, there won't be any place for suffering. Suffering is like when we don't have knowledge why things are happening, how to deal with them. Suffering will be there for a prolonged time, and we have inner conflict whenever we behave with the traumas and conditioning instead of higher self. We are in that confused state. That inner conflict can give us suffering, and lack of knowledge on emotions. We don't know what are the emotions, why they are happening. We haven't experienced them, expressed them, explored them. All these things are giving us suffering, whereas we practice that during our awakening journey. That's how we arrive at this balanced state, and then we experience complete self-realization, and after that enlightenment. So now after enlightenment, if we were like grounding, that bliss state will be for like for some days or months, and after that we will start to feel this life like just like before, but with the benefits of this balanced state. Even though we feel like crying too much watching a movie, we feel like, oh, this is enough. We don't want to watch more sad movies now. Let's watch some comedy. Let's watch some romantic movies. So we will know that, we will get that knowing from the inside. We can choose, we can make choice, and we can bring our states like happy or sadness by choice. And sometimes life will give us situations where we need to be sad. Then we can choose how much sad we can be. Too much sad or coming to the balanced state quickly. All this we will have knowledge, we will have that inner knowing. With that, we will be like peaceful 24/7. So enlightenment is not 24/7 bliss, but enlightenment is 24/7 peace. So that's for this video. I think I shared what I wanted to share for this question. So Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you have anything to share, put your thoughts in the comments below. If you are new to this space, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos on self-development, spiritual awakening, and enlightenment. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for sharing my thoughts and experiences. Namaste.